Welcome! Today, I ask what the heck does Reina say in Tekken 8? Before I get into this video, just want to shout out these people for helping me out with these translations. Thank you so much. Also, this video does contain story spoilers. You've been warned. Alright, let's get into it. On the surface, Reina is quite a mysterious character. She's a high school student. She has grey eyes, black hair with purple tips at the end, and her nickname is Purple Lightning. She seems to have an interest in Jin Kazama and really hates Jun Kazama's guts. At the same time, she loves her father, Heihachi Mishima. Her lines generally have a militant, harsh, playful, or they're delivered in a tone of mockery. So do what you will with this information.
Reina.
This is heard when you select Reina on the character select screen and she's simply saying, now then. This is up to par with what she's saying. Try your hardest, push me to my limit. This can also mean, try your very best to drive me to a corner. Oitsumeru does mean to corner someone, to drive to the wall, or to track down. There's nothing to critique here. This is translated to have a taste of capitulation, though she's actually saying you will know the taste of submission, or you will know the taste of surrender. I can see why they would localize it this way, because I'm thinking maybe this was, I guess, age appropriate, and the word capitulation does mean to yield to something, to do it at force. However, to use this word in this way, it's not wrong, but it's awkward. But I get why they wouldn't go forth with what's actually being said. Maybe that's why, but I don't know. That's my theory here. This is also up to par with what she's saying. I'll have you dancing in the palm of my hand. This is heard when you face Jin Kazama. This is translated as Jin Senpai, we finally have our chance to fight, though she's actually saying Jin Senpai, finally we can fight, right? She's asking a question rather than making a statement. If anything, this comes across as mockery because it's like, oh, Jin, you're ready to fight, right? Especially the way she says this phrase. Interesting stuff here. This is heard when you face Kazuya. And this is pretty much what she's saying. You'll understand soon enough. So, despite the hostilities that Kazuya has towards her, very soon, Kazuya will know who she is and what she's about. This is heard when you face Lars Alexanderson. Again, this is up to par with what is actually being said. Your hair, there's a resemblance. Now, to be a bit nitpicky, it's actually your hairstyle rather than your hair. Because if you look at the word kamigata, kamigata means hairstyle, hairdo, etc. She also says omae in this sentence, which not only feels condescending, but it's also harsh. Although I have said previously that the word omae is used in context with males, it feels quite masculine. I found that quite interesting. This is heard when you face Kuma. And again, this is also up to par with what's being said. you should serve me, Kuma. This is heard when you face Victor.
国連か。私が屈服させてやろう。
The Union of Nations, I'll make you yield. Just pointing out that although it does say the Union of Nations, Kokuren does mean the United Nations. So she's saying, the United Nations, I'll make you yield. This is heard when you face Heihachi.
稽古を始めるぞ。お主の覚醒が計画の鍵となる。
心得ています。平八お父様。
In game, this is translated as, yes, father, I know what I must do. But she's actually saying, I understand, father. She uses the word otosama, but this shows high regard and respect for Heihachi because she uses the suffix sama. Oto means father. Sama is the respectful version of the honorific san. Generally, this suffix is used for people who have a higher rank. This can be used in business contexts and for a person one admires. In this context though, this shows her utmost respect and admiration for her father. The first part of this sentence, kokoroete imasu, shows again that high regard. Although that respect is shown towards him, he doesn't deserve it because she's essentially a pawn on the chessboard for Heihachi, who wants to use her for his ulterior motives and for the fact that she has the power that he doesn't have. Doesn't that sound familiar?
少しは楽しめたぞ。次だ。少しは楽しめたぞ。次だ。
In game, this is translated as, that was rather amusing. Next. Though she's actually saying, I enjoyed it a little. Next. There's nothing wrong with this localization as it helps with adding context. Just wanted to give a more literal meaning of what she's saying. Skoshi does mean a little. Sugi means next. And if you didn't notice, this line nods to Heihachi, something to this effect.
二択の時間だ。屈服か。それとも死か。
Again, this is up to par with what's being said. And she says, time to choose, surrender or die. Of course, she's not actually making a statement here, she's posing a question.
資料通りか。予定調和ほどつまらんものはない。
This is translated as, ugh, is there anything more boring than being conventional? She's literally saying, as per the files, huh? There's nothing more boring than planned, expected harmony. This is heard when you face Jin Kazama.
You win.
あれどうしたんですかジン先輩。あれどうしたんですかジン先輩。
In game, this is translated as, oh dear, is that all you've got, Jin Senpai? But she's actually saying, oh, what's wrong, Jin Senpai? Of course, based on how she's saying this gives off a tone of mockery, using the phrase Jin Senpai in a condescending manner, it seems like. Now, this particle, desu ka, is used to add assertion, insistence, and or emphasize a question or a statement. It can also be used to make rude or offensive sentences. This is heard when you face Jun Kazama.
君が悪い女だ。ここで退場してもらおう。
In game, this is translated as foul woman. I'll make this your last fight. But she's actually saying disgusting or weird woman. I will end you here. Now the phrase kimi ga warui means weird, creepy, or hideous. Man, what's all this smoke for Jun? What does she do? Looks like I've got to play story mode to find that out. This is heard when you face Kazuya.
手頃な崖がなかったのでな。この場でとどめを刺してやろう。
Again, this is up to par with what she's actually saying. I don't see a suitable cliff. I'll finish you off here. This is heard when you face Lars.
お前の弱点など把握済みなんだよ。 ラース・アレクサンダーソン。
Nothing to translate here because she's actually saying this. I know all your weaknesses, Lars Alexanderson. Though, how the heck does she know about Lars? Where is she getting her intel from? Okay. This is heard when you face Heihachi.
楽しいな。すぐに再戦しましょう、お父様。
And again, this is up to par with what she says. That was so much fun. Let's spar again soon, father.
屈服するがいい。立場をわきまえろ。屈服するがいい。ひれ伏せ！立場をわきまえろ。
The first part and second part of this line is up to par with what she's saying. Submit to me, bow to me, know your place.
格が違うんだよ。
It's up to par with what she's saying. I'm way out of your league. She's literally saying our levels, ranks are different, with kaku meaning status, rank, or class. So yeah, she's way out of your league. This is heard when you face Jin Kazama.
そんなものですか？そんなものですか？
Oh, is that all you can do? She's simply saying, that's it? Is that all?
が高い！苦痛に歪め。図が高い！苦痛に歪め。さあ！
Nothing wrong here. You think you're all high and mighty? Let the pain tear you apart. Also interesting to note, it has the idiom "zugatakai," which means being high and mighty, horsey, thinking you're superior.
期待しすぎたか。
There's nothing here to really translate. The localization pretty much covers this. Perhaps I overestimated your abilities. Kitai suru means when you have an expectation or wait for something. So in this context, she's saying that, well, I was expecting something from this match, but I didn't get much. This is heard when you face Heihachi.
本気で行きます。
In game, this is translated as no holding back. Literally, she's saying, I'm going with seriousness. Breaking this down, honki means serious, so the seriousness of something. There with by, and it's a particle, and ikimasu means going.
手応えあり。
Now in game, this line is translated as take this will hurt, though she's literally saying right there, there's a response, or I feel a response or reaction. Now tegotai means response or reaction, and this is used in the context of feeling something during a physical action like a punch or a strike, or it could be an emotional response. This could reference Reina having the devil gene and she feels some kind of reaction in doing this action. That could be the case here.
危ないところでした。
In game, this is translated as you almost had me there. She's actually saying that was dangerous, or more literally, that was a dangerous situation.
喜べ！聞かぬわ！
Which means that doesn't work on me. And if you didn't notice, this line has historically been said by Heihachi. When she's in heat, this is heard when performing a successful mid or high attack reversal under the move Charging Hard during Heaven's Wrath.
喜べ！
Which means rejoice. But this could mean in this context, rejoice in succumbing to my power.
圧倒する！沈め！圧倒する！
Ato suru means I'll crush you, I'll oppress you, or I'll overpower you. This is heard when performing Divine Wrath of Annihilation during heat, and she's in the Heaven's Wrath stance.
沈め！
This means advance.
戻れ！ odore!
Odore means dance, and this is heard when performing the move inverse Deva laser while in the Sentai stance.
Ajiwae!
Which means taste, but in this context can mean have a taste, like have a taste of defeat. This is heard when performing the move Nen Ashigarami during a counter hit, amongst other moves.
Cut!
This is a kiai. It's used as an exclamation to scold practitioners in Zen. So in this context, she's scolding or threatening the opponent with a shout. This is heard when performing the move Demon Breath. This means break, and this is heard with the move Divine Dominance of Annihilation when in heat, amongst other moves. And she is simply saying die, and this can be heard when she executes the throw Stonehead. This means too slow, and this line is heard with the move Tatenashi. Now these lines relate to each other because she's referring to where the opponent is hit. So if she's coming for your face, she's gonna say stomach and then legs in the same way that Heihachi does that. So in the context of battle, she says this as a heads up, like I'm coming for your face, I'm coming for your stomach, I'm coming for those legs. So if you can detect these words, you have a higher chance of being able to defend against Reina's attacks. Now this line is interesting because this can mean get lost or fuck off. And this is heard when performing the move Kongo Geki Metsujin while in Heaven's Wrath stance. Shindekoi means go die or go to your death. Literally come die or come and die. And this is heard when performing the throw Daido Hitsumetsu. Means such insolence. And this is heard when performing the throw Saijin Ikoku. This means more. And this means damn you, or you bastard, or you motherfucker. And this is heard when Reina is faintly damaged. Nandato, which means what the hell? And this is heard when she's knocked out. It's very obvious that she learned these mannerisms from Heihachi. She just hates almost everybody, except for a few people. I don't know too much about her as I haven't played story mode yet, but based on what I've seen, she is very popular. And before anyone mentions this, yes, Reina does share a voice actor with Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen, and that voice actor is Asami Seto. I do like her approach to the character, quite refreshing in the sense of it's not very girly, it's quite masculine, it kind of fits with the whole macho Mishima element there. She kind of reminds me of Jin in the sense that she switches up when she needs to. So when she's talking to other people, she's quite hostile, mean, she might change up a bit, she might sound quite soft and full of expression, curiosity, interest at times, and you can kind of see that in her body language, her tone, how she carries herself. And I like how Asami tapped into that for the character. Having that range in tonality, expression, delivery gives that edge to the character, in which I think is a very great skill to have as a voice actor, and Asami Seto does that very well. So credits to her for that. She definitely is a hostile individual. That's what I'll say. And that answers the question. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.